Rich Eisen, Steve Mariucci, Kurt Warner, Michael Irvin, hour number 3 of this 8.5-hour extravaganza that expands with more sets and more of our colleagues joining us to help take you to kickoff and hang out on Super Sunday while we wait for one of the most anticipated Super Bowls to be played.
Do those count, Rich?
Double nickel.
When you're doing your read now, you just said 8.5. Does that count?
Yes.
I don't.
It was said.
Okay, I'm just saying.
No, because again, just for anybody who's just joining us in the first hour of the show, one of the hurry up offense bottom, I guess, what facts that we were asked about whether you can predict or not. Interestingly enough, it had nothing to do with either something called an over or an under, even though this particular prop bet is just for the truck that I'm going to keep mentioning the number of times that the show is, how long it is. But I think that means with derision or sarcasm, right? Not just me.
How long's the show?
I'm a professional. People have to know how long the show is.
It is.
Sorry?
Say it.
It's 8.5 hours.
Mark that down. What are we up to right now?
I think he's already hit the number. He's already hit the number.
Double digits already.
All right, here's the topic, Brian. Rain is back in, everybody in the truck. How did the Buccaneers pull the upset off tonight, Steve?
Well, they got to be better on defense than they were the first time around in Week 12. And Todd Bowles is a heck of a coach, and he played, though, in that game a lot of man-to-man, a lot of blitz, a lot of bump and run against these fast receivers.
Yeah.
And you know what? Tyreek Hill had 203 yards receiving in the first quarter, and Patrick Mahomes had 359 yards passing by halftime. So he changed his game plan during the game, played more zone, played deeper, stayed on top. I mean, you can't cover this kid man to man. He's the fastest guy in football. And so I think Todd Bowles will play more zone. He'll make them earn their way, not give up the big chunk plays. They can't go down 17-0, Irv, like they did last time, and try to fight back.
Yeah, and they can't go down. Guys, Rich, you mentioned earlier talking about going biblical here. Here in the Bible, they also have something what we call the law of first mention. That means however something is first mentioned, it must be woven with the same meaning throughout the Bible. I like doing that in my shows, That's what I like to do. So I'm talking right here today. And we always hear a total team effort to win this football game because you're beating a team right now for the Buccaneers that everybody think just going to run and win the next 7 or 8 Super Bowls. So this is going to take a total team effort. I mean, I need a touchdown from all 3 phases of this football team. Certainly we need the offensive touchdowns, but we need a defensive touchdowns, and they only got a defensive touchdown in that Week 6 game. We need a special teams touchdown because it's going to take all of that. And what I mean by the law of first mention, do you know that New York Giant game, the Ray Lewis game where he got defensive MVP, was right here, and the Giant and Ray Lewis and the Ravens, they pulled it off. They scored on all 3 phases. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, and we just heard that Patrick Mahomes had 300 and however many yards in the first half. The key to this game and for the Bucs to win is they've got to limit Patrick Mahomes and what we call the Mahomes magic, those extra plays, those plays when you have him in your sights and you can't take him down. This is where he is so good. You're going to see it right here. You got him out of you're forcing him out of the pocket in the red zone. Great. Now just run him out of bounds. Don't let it. You get rid of a guy on the back end, he makes a play. You will see this over and over again. Little toss here. Look, we got him in our sights right here. You got to find a way to get him down. Got a great job of vision down the field, right? You make a miss in the backfield. Oh, I know I'm going to make a chunk play because I know where my guys are down the field. You see it over and over again. This is my favorite play of the playoffs so far. Buffalo did everything right. We got a zone dog. We got everybody covered. We got a guy free hitter at Patrick Mahomes. Woo, I'm going to slip that guy. I'm going to throw it to my guy, Travis Kelce, behind him. That is what you have to avoid. Those 2 under-the-radar guys, JPP and Shaq Barrett. Nice. I don't know if any of you guys have heard about them. They're under the radar, but those guys need to show up big in this game. And when they have opportunities to take Patrick Mahomes down, they got to find a way to do it. If he gets out and escapes like that, it'll be a long day once again.
Wasn't he supposed to have a turf toe problem for the AFC Championship game?
He was.
And he turned turf toe into the Jordan flu. I mean, it's just, he looked remarkable. He looked elusive, just like he didn't have any issues, and we're not expecting it to be. Look at that field now, guys. Look at the field behind us.
Looks good.
It's in the sun drenched. It's the blue sky. Look at Super Bowl 55 at Raymond James Stadium. If we could only just snap this moment and teleport it to 6:30 tonight Eastern time, we'll have a nice night. For Tom Brady's first Super Bowl in New England way back in 2001, His teammate is one of our own, Willie McGinnis. They were also teammates on the last team to go back-to-back 2003 and 2004. So once again, Willie McGinnis, thanks to Tom Brady going so deep in the playoffs, has earned himself another plane ticket for our Super Sunday in person. Good to see you with Colleen Wolfe. Happy Super Sunday to both of you, too.
Happy Super Bowl Sunday, Rich. Willie, I had no idea you won Super Bowls with Tom Brady.
Hey.
Why haven't we talked about this sooner? Somebody should have brought it up. Unbelievable. Listen, in all seriousness, you're sitting here talking to me, and Tom Brady is still playing. What is the most impressive thing about this most recent Bucs Super Bowl run?
I would think, first of all, when you have a player in that position, the most important position on the field, switch to another team, to another city. You're in a new environment, a new locker room with new players that don't really come from the culture and the blueprint that you came from for so many years. And then no offseason, okay? No preseason, no continuity with your receivers, running backs, your offensive system, your offensive coordinator. Everything was pretty much virtual. And to be able to fight your way through the season, there were some ups and downs, there were some bad plays, and a lot of people questioned the Bucs when they were 7-5. But to position yourself at the end of the year to play in the NFC Championship and then go on to the Super Bowl is one of the most impressive things, Colleen, I've seen. Like, you have to have time with your teammates and the players and to be able to put all this stuff together and to not be able to do that and find yourself in a Super Bowl with everything being new. Everything being new is super impressive.
As you said, no offseason. He's getting kicked out of parks. He's walking into the wrong house. He's in a new system. He's risking it with biscuits all over the place now. I mean, this is totally new for him in this scenario here in Tampa. But here he is, same guy, just different team.
And if you know anything about Tom, the one thing he is he loves to prepare. He loves preparation. So when he doesn't have that time, when he can't go to the mountains with all the guys, when he can't go out to the local school or field and play and have those practice reps and be on the same page so you can learn the players' instincts and how they move, because everybody's different. Like, he's anal about those type of things, and he didn't have that.
It's really impressive. You can see his timing now really coming together with the running backs as well. All of it now really at the perfect time. So we'll see what happens today. We're excited, and we can't wait to hear from Kim Jones, who we're sending it out to right now, who's standing by at the Bucs team hotel. Kim.
Colleen, thanks so much. You know, we have a Super Bowl first today. 2 women in full-time coaching roles for the Buccaneers. Assistant strength and conditioning coach Maral Javadafar, they call her MJ, and Lori Locust, who assists with the defensive line under Casey Rogers. Rogers said that Coach Lowe fit in from day one, and that includes the trash talking. I absolutely love that. The Bucs also have 3 black coordinators, Todd Bowles, Byron Leftwich, and Kevin Armstrong. Of his staff, Bruce Arians says this: it's a simple declarative sentence. These are the best coaches I know, Arians said. Now let's send it over to Ian Tom with Game Day Notebook.
Well, thanks, Kim. Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs star quarterback, is going to play today. That is the most important thing, but he is not 100%. Here's how significant that turf toe injury is that he is playing with. Sources say that following the Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes is going to meet with a foot specialist, and he is expected to undergo surgery to repair this issue, fix his foot for the long term. Expected to be a multi-month recovery, something that probably, Tom, takes him off the field through the balance of the spring, right up until training camp. He's going to make a full recovery, but that's how big of a deal his toe injury, which he will play through, is for the Chiefs.
Ian, Bucs tight end Rob Gronkowski set to become a free agent next month, but if he continues to play, it's a good bet Gronk will be doing it here in Tampa. I am told the Bucs want Gronk back. Tom Brady definitely wants Gronk back, and Gronk recently told our Willie McGinnis he could see himself being in Tampa in 2021. Still, expect Gronk to take a little time to mull his future after the Super Bowl here. No contract talks yet either. Rich?
All right, thanks very much. Up next, look who's going to join us live. Back, no repeat champion since Brady's Patriots did it in 03-04. That's the longest such drought in the history of this great game. Jeff Chadia is with the Kansas City Chiefs right now.
Thanks, Rich. Well, the Chiefs' offensive line has been one of the big stories of this Super Bowl week, but there is no panic here. Even though they will not have Mitchell Schwartz at right tackle or Eric Fisher at left tackle, head coach Andy Reid says they've been here before. They've had makeshift offensive lines. They went through it last year and found a way to win a championship. And he understands that the Bucs have a great front seven. He understands they had 48 sacks this year and they have Shaq Barrett and Jason Pierre-Paul. But as Reid said, his offensive line is not pretty, but they are scrappy. And now for more on Big Red, we'll send it over to Mooch.
Thanks, Jeff. As Matthew McConaughey famously said, the man who invented the hamburger was smart, but the man who invented the cheeseburger was a genius. Andy Reid and I cut our teeth in the NFL with the Packers, but we sank our teeth into many cheeseburgers with alarming frequency. So I sat down with Andy as he tries to become just the 7th coach in history to win back-to-back Super Bowls.
You guys look like you're at the White House.
Andy!
Oh, there's the president right there. I like it. All right.
Hey. Gail and I noticed that you have progressed from that visor that's all fogged up, but now you got this Kansas City mask. It looks like you're wearing it right now.
Yeah,
She wants to know, did Tammy make that for you at home?
No. Actually, some person sent it to me, but it's double layered, which I like. I've got red and I've got black.
Andy Reid over there on the sideline, he never gets bothered by anything. You just keep playing, you go out and you compete.
So many good young head coaches in this league now, but you and Bruce Arians are the oldest combined age for any head coaches in the Super Bowl. What does that say about old coaches?
Well, Bruce must be really old.
Speaking of old guys, you face Tom Brady. How remarkable is what he's been able to do at age 43, Andy?
The Bucs have punched their ticket to Super Bowl 55.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. Listen, he is slinging it like he's 20, so it's pretty impressive.
I bet he eats differently than you and I do. I'm just guessing.
Well, definitely, you're looking good, man. I've got that post-December bulge going, you know, so...
And Patrick Mahomes has beaten Tom Brady for a 2nd consecutive time.
So what's the biggest difference in your team right now than in Week 12?
We've got a couple guys back that are healthy, and we're kind of playing better than maybe what we were playing then. And I'd probably say the same thing about them. Seems like the guys just fit right back in, and they're rolling.
One more snap. Mahomes goes to a knee. The Super Bowl 54 champions are ready to run it back.
How has Patrick Mahomes grown, Andy, as a player, a leader, and even off the field?
Yeah, well, we needed him this year for all that. And he took it as serious as anybody.
This franchise has done a great job of winning in the COVID division.
He makes sure that he's in line with social distancing. He's been a great example to our team. If it's a peer doing it, it's a lot different than me. You know, the saying mask up, I've heard it once or twice from those guys. So
the Chiefs are champions of Super Bowl 54.
What would it mean for you to win back-to-back Lombardi trophies?
Yeah, I mean, listen, that'd be a great honor. I haven't thought too much about it because you're in the grind right now, trying to get ready. I mean, we're putting in game plans right now and trying to get goal line short yardage done and ready to go.
Hey, what would it mean to Kansas City?
I think it'd be great for the people of Kansas City because we have such passionate fans.
And the party has started at Arrowhead Stadium.
I think for the organization, it would be a tremendous gesture. I mean, when you hold up the trophy, whether it's the Hunt Trophy, whether it's the Super Bowl trophy, the original owner of the team had a hand in both of those. He named the Super Bowl, and his name's on the AFC Championship trophy. So that's a special thing.
Last year, you celebrated with a cheeseburger.
I'm gonna go get the biggest cheeseburger you've ever seen.
So if you win this year, do you upgrade to a double cheeseburger or maybe a steak? What do you do? Well, you got some plan?
Yeah, no, there's nothing better than a double cheese.
Just one?
One's plenty. You go past that and you got a problem, so.
Like you never gone past that.
Not my older years.
Hey, listen, I love you, man. Good luck.
Be safe.
Fun stuff, Mooch. Fun stuff. When we come back, the most intriguing player in Super Bowl 55 is... You guys cannot say the quarterbacks. You just can't. What are you really going to say, the quarterbacks?
Change my card?
Oh, where are the cannons when you need them?